Let us look at these inequalities. Okay, so they're saying find the range of values of x for which 4 multiplied by x minus 2 is less than or equal to 2x plus 1. Alright, so that's a linear inequality. Okay, so that's a linear inequality. So what we're going to do is 4x minus 2 less than or equal to 2x plus 1. We are going to multiply this 4 with everything that is in the bracket. So it will be 4x minus 8 less than or equal to 2x plus 1. So like terms together, so it will be 4x minus 2x less than or equal to 8 plus 1. So this will be 2x is less than or equal to 9. So it means our x will just be less than or equal to 9 over 2, which is approximately 4.5. Okay, so it means our x is less than or equal to what? 4.5. So we've solved the first one. So the first one is linear. It's a grade 7 type of question. Okay, so there's nothing that you don't know there. All right. Okay, we just treat that inequality as the equal sign. All right. So now let's solve the second one. So the second one is a quadratic inequality. Okay, because I can see I have x here and x there. So when I multiply those, I'm going to have x squared somewhere. Okay, so that is a quadratic inequality. All right, so let's write it. So 2x minus 3 in the first bracket, then I have x plus 5 in the second, then this is greater than 0. Okay, so how do we solve quadratic inequalities? Okay, so the first step is to solve them as if you had an equal sign here. Okay, so just forget about the sign for a start. We're going to include it at a later stage. Okay, so let's just write this as 2x minus 3 and then x plus 5, and then let's say this is equals to 0. Okay, so you can only do what I'm doing here if it's a quadratic inequality. Okay, so let's multiply now. 2x multiplied by x is going to be 2x squared. This is what I was meaning when I said it was a quadratic. And then 2x multiplied by 5, it will be 10x. This minus 3x multiplied by x to be minus 3x. Minus 3 multiplied by 5 to be minus 15, and then I'm going to say this is equals to 0. So it means we have 2x squared plus 7x minus 7 is equals to 0. So from there we can find the factors. Okay, we can find the factors. So how do we find the factors? Okay, so it's just going to take us back to this when we factorize it. Okay, so there's no need to expand it, right? Okay, so x plus 5 and then this is equals to 0. Okay, so when I equate 2x minus 3 to 0, I'm going to get x is equals to 3 over 2. Okay, and then when I equate x plus 5 is equals to 0, I'm going to get x is equals to minus 5. Okay, so now look at the two numbers that I've found. So this is the first one, and then this is the second one. Okay, so which one is bigger between 3 over 2 and minus 5? We see that this one here will be the bigger number. Okay, and then this one here will be the smaller number. Okay, so from that we are going to come up with a simple way of finding the answers if you have an inequality symbol there. Okay, whether it's less than or it's greater than. Okay, so when you have a quadratic on your left hand side and then you have an inequality symbol here and then 0 there, okay, the answers to this inequality are just simple. Okay, just get the first factor equated to 0, this factor equated to 0, and then find your answers like the way we have done here. Okay, so after you do that, identify the bigger number and then the smaller number. So if you have greater than here, or if you have greater than or equal to, okay, your answers should always be in this form. You are going to say x is greater than the bigger number of the two that you found here. So the bigger number here was what? 3 divided by 2. And then we are going to say or, as long as there is a greater than there or greater than or equal to, we're going to say or x is less than the smaller number of the two. So the smaller number of the two is what? Minus 5. So this is the shortcut that you should be using when you're finding what? Quadratic inequalities. Okay, so this rule here is when you have greater than or equal to. So what if we had a less than, okay, or less than or equal to? So if you have a less than or equal to, your answer should be in this form. Okay, so x should be less than and greater than. Okay, you put your bigger number here. So in this case, if we had a less than here, the bigger number will just be 3 over 2, and then the smaller number will be what? Minus 5. So if you have a less than there or less than or equal to, your answer should always be in this form here. Okay, so it can also be less than or equal to, or it can just be less than. Okay, so if you have a less than or equal to, just solve the quadratic equation the way it is normally. You find your two answers, okay, and then pick the bigger number and the smaller number, like the way we did here. Okay, if you have a less than or equal to, just put the x in between, and then you put two less than signs, okay, and then you put your larger number there and the smaller number. But if we have a greater than or equal to, okay, like the way we had here, we in this question we had the greater than, it means you are going to say your x should be greater than the bigger number of the two, or x should be less than the smaller number of the two. All right, so that's the answer there. Right, so that was this one here. We also solved this one. So there, remember, we had found that x was less than or equal to, we said 4.5, right? And then here on number 2, we found that x is greater than 3 over 2, or x is less than minus what? 5. So now let's solve the last one. Okay, so the last one, we'll just combine the answers from the first two. Okay, because we can see that we just have those expressions. Okay, so they are saying find the range of values of x for which both, okay, this expression and this expression are satisfied. Okay, so here what they want us to do is just to combine the answer for this guy and the answer for this guy. Okay, to combine to find the intersection. That will be the answer that will work in both this situation and that situation. So we're going to do a number line to do this. Okay, we're going to do a number line. We're going to do a number line like that. Okay, and then we're going to plot those numbers that we have. Okay, so I'm going to put 0 here, and then I'll put what is 3 divided by 2. Okay, that would be like a 1.5 somewhere. So I'll put 3 over 2 somewhere, and then the 4.5 will be somewhere there, then the minus 5 will be somewhere there. Okay, so now let's plot the first inequality here, the one that says x is greater than or equal to is less than or equal to 5. So if it's less than or equal to 5, it means it ends on this 4.5. Okay, and then it goes here indefinitely until what? Negative infinity. Okay, so that's the region that will be described by x is less than or equal to 5. Okay, what about this region here? So this region here, we have two regions. We have one where we are saying x is greater than, okay, so there is no equal to sign there, so we are drawing an open circle. So x is greater than 3 over 2. Okay, so that means that x gets all the values that are greater than 3 over 2 all the way up to what? Positive infinity. And then let's also plot the other part. So the other part was saying x is less than minus 5. So I'm going to draw an open circle on minus 5, and then I'm going to go to minus infinity. Okay, so where can we see the yellow line overlapping with the blue line? So that will be our intersection that we are interested in. So the first part is this one, all the way from minus infinity to come and end at minus 5. And then here we're beginning at 3 over 2 all the way up to what? 4.5. So we're going to say our x, which will work in both this case and that case, will just be equals to, okay, the first part will be minus infinity to minus 5. Okay, so this minus infinity is not included, even the minus 5 is not included. Then we're going to say union. On the other part here, we are going to start from 3 over 2. So this 3 over 2 is not included because the yellow line there has an open circle, and then comma, and then the other one there will be 4.5. So the 4.5 will be included because it's in the blue line, because it's shaded, and this yellow is passing through this 4.9 as a solid line like that. So this will be included like that. So this here will be the answer that will satisfy, okay, to be the answer that will satisfy both the first linear inequality and the second linear inequality. Okay, so that's how we can find our answer there. Alright, so that's all for this video. Please like and subscribe, and if you want extra lessons or tuitions, be free to inbox me on the number in the description below. Okay, alright.